So I did a video on TikTok. This girl named Lovely, or Goddess, or whatever you want to call her, she had a comment, you know what I'm saying? And so she replied to my video, and then, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just watch the video, y'all gonna see what's happening. You see where she commented on the video that I made about polygamy. She was upset. She said she was triggered and all type of deals or whatnot. You can see her comments and whatever. And, you know, I guess she had questions. Let's start the video.
Like my comment, go watch this video. Let's get into it. I'm not one to tell people how to live their lifestyles, but when the creator of that video started going back and forth with me in the comments, and I had more to say, but I couldn't say it, it was really irritating me. So I'm gonna say it all in this video, cause yeah. So basically, a breakdown of the video is a woman and a man interviewing a woman, where the man is asking her questions about how long she's been in a marriage, which she said 15 years, to which he said, would you basically be open to polygamy in your marriage? To which she says she actually has been. To which the creator of the video,
AKA me, Black Shaggy,
is like doing a commentary over the video, basically saying if a woman doesn't allow polygamy in her marriage, either in the beginning or after a certain amount of time, then it's her ego. When I said, if a man thinks like that, fine, but don't sit here and try to say if a woman isn't into it or doesn't allow it, it's her ego.
They also did polyamory because they had wives, but they was also sleeping with the slave women.
right? So right, exactly. So let me learn you something, young lady. Now, you can look this up on Google. Why do women not allow other women in a relationship? This has nothing to do with the man's ego, but the woman's ego. Like I said, the very first thing it says is social conditioning. Women are taught to compare one another to one another. You can look this up. Judging each other bodies, faces, and everything. This is why when y'all get in the workplace, y'all, she gotta see anybody, they gotta this, they gotta that. Judging, social conditioning. What is the next thing that it says? Oh, the very next thing it says, young lady, is that you see emotional infidelity. It's not even physical, which you emphasize later on in the video, and we gonna get to that. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep it going. Resentment because you feel unappreciated or neglected. Last but not least, the other woman's experience, which you have fear of having your relationship be exposed, right? Which all ties into ego. Facts.
They also don't want women to be happy with the person that they're supposed to be happy with. Treating somebody better than they've been treating them.
They don't want to know that their man has been treating somebody better than they treating them. Right. Which that's ego though.
Yeah.
Because you're competing.
I was agreeing with you.
Come on now.
Because I remember my mom used to get mad at my dad, like, oh, you're holding the door for women? You smiling at women? You looking at other women while I'm right here?
I said that's a man's greed. Because what? Let's break it down. But let's backtrack a little bit, because not only is it a man's greed, it's a man's greed as well as his ego. Because not you trying to manipulate a woman into like, oh, maybe it's me. Maybe I need to lower my standards but I still need to be loyal to my man while he gets to go out here and stick his thing and stuff.
First of all, it's not lowering your standards. It's being realistic about the situation. Secondly, it shows that you have no respect for women. You understand what I'm saying? Because you out your mouth just said, well, he gets to go stick his thing and stuff. And stuff. So women are now stuff and things. They're not actual people. You have subjected a woman into a thing? Come on now. Are you serious right now? Which shows that you right in your ego. Well, how does it show that you in your ego? Because you competing. She's not even on your level of a human being at this point. She's a thing or stuff.
You're saying lower your standards as if you aren't already sharing your man with another woman, whether it's physically or emotionally, because he doesn't talk to you about everything. Because if you're nagging him, he's going to tell somebody else about that. If you ain't married, then you share.
Dude, and by sharing,
hold up.
By sharing, you are by default are practicing polygamy.
Literally, whether you like it or not, whether you know it or not.
Come on now. What you saying and what you doing is not enough. Say that again.
So now you just hating on other women because you just feel like your man be cheating. Stuff.
Come on, man. That.
Now you don't know anatomy.
And come back and put it in me. You don't think that's your ego talking? No. Okay. Let's just talk about the female anatomy behind it really quickly. Let's talk about a woman's pH balance. If a man was meant to have multiple wives, I don't think our pH balance would be so damn sensitive.
On top of all of that, let's just throw this out there, right? I just said earlier today, didn't I just say a lion has a lioness and a lioness and a lioness, right? Don't blame me, blame nature. This is what I was about to say, right? A woman can get pregnant one time in a year. A man can get several thousand women pregnant at one time in a year. You see what I'm saying? So what you saying is null and void, and it's not enough. Period. And as a matter of fact, if men did not do that, right, there wouldn't be as many people on this planet. Now would it? Nope. So it wouldn't give you more options to choose from as a woman or a lady or whatever you want to call yourself. Now would it? Huh? Oh, okay. Once again, so you made an excellent point saying that there are less women than there are men. Excuse me. There are less men than there are women. Yes, that is true, right? So that automatically means there are less men to be in these relationships, which in fact or in turn means that these women will have to share. Otherwise, they're going to be single and lonely for the rest of their life. Right or right? Oh, okay.
For you to go out and stick your thing in somebody else's Peter Piper peppered and come back and stick it in the next woman's and then fuck up her pH balance because you're mixing two women's pH balance. And half of you men don't even have good hygiene on top of that. But let's break it down.
Wouldn't you think that if everybody in the village ate, you know what I'm saying? Oh, okay, look, watch this. Let me just put it to you like this. Our ancestors, right? pH balances and all of that, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-woo, whatever you want to call it. They had multiple wives and all of this was going on, right? I didn't hear nothing about no sickness until the pilgrims came over. Huh? So it seems to me as if they were thriving and doing wonderful things, living in their land, beautiful land. Everybody had their wives, husband.
The Bible. When it wasn't that many people, the husbands were mating with the wives and then the daughters, and the brothers with the sisters and the mothers.
Right in the Bible.
Balances.
Oh. Well, we don't do no research, do we? Like I just said, it has little to do with him being with this one and that one and her and him and that, right? We ain't gonna get into, you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying. But it has more so to do with what you drinking. Like I said, if you read the back of your bottle of water, it should say something about pH. So if this lady is drinking sink water and somebody else is drinking well water and somebody else is drinking bottled water, of course it's gonna be different balances. Everybody don't take care of their body the same. Everybody don't care for their body the same. Right? Come on now.
And this question I have right here is specifically for the creator.
Like Johnny Dang said, you're going to put some respect on my name.
You don't need to put my name in there. But if you mention my name, put some respect on my name. If not, keep the fuck in my name out of your mouth.
For real. You gonna stop? My name is Black Shaggy, BLK Shaggy, Shaggy or BLK, whatever you want to call it. I'm not the creator, quote unquote, but I am BLK Shaggy.
If after a certain amount of time you and your wife decides to be polygamous, are you open to her having open relationships as well, or is it just something that you can do?
Because in the original video, it's called polygamy, right? I didn't say nothing about anything regarding open relationships. Again, that is regarding swinger mentality. Like, I think like the lady said in the original video, there's a misconception on what polygamy is. Stop it. Just stop it. What you doing is not enough. This ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just gonna let her say whatever she want to say about it.
We practice polygamy, and he didn't decide that for me. I decided that for us.
No, but she was asking also, would we allow another male in the equation?
What do we need another male for? In any relationship, there's only one provider.
Apparently, we need 2 and 3 and 4 and 5.
For what?
Because I don't know. Because most men can't build nothing. They're not exact. They're not alpha, so you need 7 beta males to, add up to the alpha male.
Polygamy is not an open relationship. An open relationship is 2 consenting people allowing each other to be with other consenting people and other consenting people.
Because if she has open relationships as well, do you think that's going to take away from your status? And who gets to determine your status?
My thing is this: who cares about a status? The only people that care about a quote unquote status, right, are people that give a F about other people's opinions, which I do not.
Is it society as a whole, or is it just other men? Because at this point, I feel like the majority of men, because I have a good one, the majority of men looks for and seeks validation from other men.
The only men that's looking for validation or seeking validation or approval from other men are insecure men or beta males. That's a fact. I'm not looking or seeking validation from anybody. I do not care about anything anybody got going on at all.
If that's what you want, go be with the fucking man. What the fuck? Okay, I'm not trying to insult. My dog's distracting me.
Yeah, you tried to insult, but carry on, because I'm not offended at all whatsoever. Continue saying what you're saying, and please stay on point.
But if you're looking for validation so badly from other men, go be with other men. The only thing that this gives, to me personally,
right, go ask your man about this, right? Because to you personally, because you don't have any other perspective outside of yourself, it seems like. You see what I'm saying? You got the same one perspective that everything has to be about a sexual encounterment. Everything with a woman is not a sexual encounterment. It's not, especially when you're a man of value. You know what I'm saying? You look for different things in women. You're not just out here doing the do with everybody. This ain't no Mountain Dew.
But you really not asking, because then he would give you the answer that you don't want to hear. And that would make you more insecure.
the only thing the polygamy gives to me is like the man wanting more sexual gratification if he is not allowing the woman to do the same thing that he is doing.
So let me get this understood. Your overall understanding of polygamy is only sexual gratification. There's a lot more maturing that needs to happen.
That he is simply looking for more options for sexual gratification and validation from other men, which
you keep saying looking for validation from other men as if you're inviting men in to look in onto your relationship. What does other men have to do with a man and a woman both consenting to a polygamous relationship? There's no other man in the equation.
Like, dude, I don't understand. Like, there's a misconception here. Like, nobody is you don't see me even on the internet broadcasting my relationship. So what you're doing right now is projecting your own ideology onto the people. That's what you're doing. That's exactly what you're doing. And it's a misconception, and you misleading a lot of people, whomever that's following you. I don't know who following you, but like, come on now. It's very misleading, and it's it's big misinformation. Like, at the end of the day, it's just a flat out lie.
But even though, let's talk about it on a spiritual level. Let's talk about it let's refer to this woman's specific instinct on a spiritual level. It's being her and her husband why did I say been? It's been her and her husband for the past 15 years. At some point in the relationship, they decided to open the relationship and make it polygamous and allow somebody else in. So you have to think that is let's say 15 years of them being solely for each other, sharing their sexual energies solely with each other, because we all know, well, maybe not we all know, but a lot of people know, spiritual people know, that sex is very strong. Sex is very potent because you can literally create life through sex. Okay, so let's say you're inviting somebody else into your relationship where it's only been the two of you, and now you have this new energy where you don't know who they've been with in the past couple days.
First of all, there has to be a level of discernment when you dating another person. You know what I'm saying? So you talking about who they been with in the last couple of days. Dude, listen, fam, if we haven't been talking for some time, it ain't no last couple of days. The last couple of days, it was me and you talking. You see what I'm saying? I was already with you. So it wasn't no time where you was just like out here doing whatever you wanted to. I'm like, where is this Let's keep it going. I'll have to come back because you said, let's talk about the spiritual aspect or the conscious aspect, right? And then you went right back into sexual encounterments. This entire conversation has been about sexual encounterments. Nothing to do with the mind, the soul. It's only to do with the damn body. How much consciousness are you, what are you talking about? You're just talking about the physical aspect of things, which has very little to do with spirituality, right? You're talking about one ritual. One. Out of how many rituals can you possibly do? You ain't talking about improvement, empowerment, none of the sort. Energy, sex energy. That's it. The lowest form of the energies possible. Do you know you have 7 different chakras? You stayed in the lower forms. The entire conversation. Come on, ma'am. Come on, ma'am. Is you serious right now?
Who they've been with in the past couple months, who they've been with in the past couple years, and you just invited all of those energies into your marriage because that's the reality behind it. But a lot of people don't think that way or see behind the spiritual because you're solely focusing on the physical and the gratification.
Now tell me anything in this conversation that consisted of spirituality or consciousness that came out of your mouth outside of sexual gratification. Name me one thing. Everything was about sex, sexual gratification. We're not talking about that. We're talking about healing other people. What we do over here is far from what you talking about, ma'am. What are you... Hey, I'm not even finna get into that right now, but let's keep the video going.
That you're getting from it. Now, and let's also say we don't know what circumstances that they entered into polygamy under. Like, did she feel pressured to want to keep that man? And if so, I say she should have fucking left him. I do, because I'm not one for it. You should be disciplined enough to really be able to stick by your partner and solely your partner for life if you make a for life commitment to them. Now, if it's just 100% both parties are interested and they want to do it, I don't agree with it, but go off. I'm not one to judge. But specifically in this case where he tried to say it was a woman's ego, that really triggered me because no, it's your greed and it's your ego. Because what? And you don't have to, just because that's a lifestyle you want to live, you do not have to attack people that do not agree with you.
Ma'am, that's exactly what you are doing. Please don't be a hypocrite.
And you do not have to try to emasculate men by saying if they don't think that way, then they're beta. I think that was disgusting. I think it was gross. To the men that love one woman and only one woman and want to be with only one woman, I praise you. I salute you. You're alpha. You're alpha. Not this shit. I'm sorry. That's Luvly's opinion. My opinion only. Who am I, though? But I could say so much more, but honestly, I don't have the time of day. I got stuff I need to get done. But if you want to hear it, let me know. Oh, no. I have got one more thing to say. Let me turn my light back on. somewhere in his video, he also said that this is how kings used to live back in the day. Kings back in the day used to have multiple wives. First of all, kings back in the day also used to sell their daughters off at the age of 12 and 14 to go be with a man to be a wife.
Now, show me in history, in ancient Egyptian history or Moorish history, because you just clearly talked about the past, right? And now I was clearly talking about the past, right? Where they was doing that. Show me. Show me. Oh, okay.
Of many. Would you do that? Would you do that? Would you want your daughter to live that way? Would you want your daughter to be with a man that has multiple wives? Would you want that? Would you want your sister to live? Would you have wanted your mother to live? No? I rest my case.
Now, what they do in their relationship ain't got nothing to do with me. That's their relationship. It ain't mine, it's theirs. You understand what I'm saying? Grown men don't get involved in other grown men's relationships. They don't. So if that's what they like, that's what they like. As long as they not getting whooped that trick. You know what I'm saying? As long as that's not happening.
Not everything that's done back in the day is something that's to be done again.
So take all the fake hair out your head. Take off all the fake nails and keep off the makeup if everything that was done back in the day shouldn't be done now.
At the end of the day, this is why black or Moorish people are broke, because they didn't practice what their ancestors used to do back in the day. You see, because back in the day, you had gold, riches, and pyramids. What you got today? Welfare, brokenness, and begging.